Good evening, everybody. It is freezing in Australia at the moment. I just got back from a shop, slowly getting my routine back after the big move. Still not quite there yet, but I thought I'd just show roughly what an average shop looks like for a vegan that eats high carbohydrate, or I should say high starch. Yeah. My favourite foods and meals would be, I love Chinese cabbage. These massive Chinese cabbages. I love these in the morning, and I'm actually making my own onomiyaki, which is a Japanese pancake, which you don't use any milk or egg or anything like that. You just use water and flour. And I love having cabbage, just cabbage. You can add capsicum and carrot, but I just love the cabbage. So it's my favourite breakfast, and I usually have it with light or non-fat soy milk. I'm going to actually start making my own rice milk and oat milk because I hate how they always add oil to these things. Seriously, there's no need to add oil to soy milk, oat milk and rice milk that you buy in the store. It's a pain in the ass. Because I do eat high carbohydrate and it's starch based, I literally have no fat in my diet. I will do a separate vlog on why I eat high starch with literally no fat and of course vegan. Probably have to do that over a few vlogs, I think. But my background is actually in dietetics. I do have a master's in fitness sciences and 4 degrees, and I have been a lifelong athlete from different sports, from ice hockey to tennis and dance. I used to be a dancer. I taught Pilates and yoga over 25 years. I've been a professional bodybuilder. I haven't always been vegan. I have been vegetarian, which means you still consume dairy and sometimes eggs. If you're pesco, it means you eat fish too. And that was more so because as a yoga instructor, you do need to have some times where you actually abstain from meat for the spiritual reasons when you study, you learn, and you instruct yoga. But it's another whole vlog as well. So I'll be 43 in April, so my life has pretty much been all about movement, mastery of movement, and being the best I can be, and that's been first and foremost, more than having a family and all that sort of thing, and so possessions of cars and houses and no. So I've seen, experienced, and done quite a bit, and there's a lot going on in the world that we need to wake up to, and the best way to start is through your plate. So I'm hoping I can inspire people to get onto their ancestral diet, which is actually high carbohydrate, which is starchy based with beans and corns and rice and all that sort of thing, and to get rid of the oil. The oil especially is an issue. The fats is an issue. I had no idea how much it was until the past 6 years. Is quite a bit of scientific study and research in the medical journals I have access to, and some really good doctors that I know from overseas. Yeah. Oh, it's a mess. Anyway, so pasta-wise, lunch, I love having pasta for lunch. I will have a whole packet. And one of my favourite things to do is I'll boil the pasta. If I don't get wholemeal, I like getting the high fibre ones, which actually are made with oat and wheat flour. So there's quite high in fibre, probably more than the wholemeal at times. I love having that with just a basic tomato paste mixed with water. If I want to thicken, I'll use rice flour or flour to thicken. And I'll actually put it in a baking tray and bake it in the oven for like 10 minutes, and it's nice and crunchy on the top. And oh yeah, I do like chili as well, so I add quite a bit of chili. I do need to work on cutting back on sodium, and the only reason why I probably have more salt than I normally do have is because I've just run out of nutritional yeast, which is a vitamin B12 rich food to have in your diet, which if you're vegan you do need, because we just don't prepare our food like we used to. We're too clean basically, so we're lacking the bacteria that we usually have with food with the not so clean preparation. And I'll do a vlog on B12 at another time. So that's, yeah, so I'm not having the nutritional yeast like I usually do, and I'm pretty low on spices and that, and I usually have quite a bit. There's a massive supplier that I usually go to, and I buy massive like containers, like, you know, this big, of like turmeric alone, and you know, for like $3, whereas this is like $2 for a little package. You know? I will do a vlog when I go to the Whole Foods supplier. It's a special trip I have to make, and I usually buy all my legumes from them as well, but it's like other side of town, and I just with moving everything, I haven't had the time. The other favourite green of mine is my collards. I love my Swiss chard and or kale. I don't have kale all the time. A lot of people like kale, and I don't mind it. I just like these more. I do make my own bread. It's really easy with just yeast and whole wheat flour. But again, just time. I've got a couple of, a stick. I'll probably have half that stick with massive bowl of like legume or lentil soup, which is, a dinner. Toast I like just having with fruit jam, which is no sugar. It's just sweetened with pectin, which is a non-sugar way of sweetening your jam, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's pretty much my average days. I'll consume a cabbage onomiyaki, and we're talking, two large dinner plate sizes of pancakes with soy sauce. And I'll have a glass of non-fat or light soy milk, probably like a quarter of a cup with hot water, and a teaspoon to a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses, which has got a little bit of iron, not too much. You don't need too much. I think we go overboard on the iron again, and that's not a good thing for your health. Then lunchtime I'll have a massive baked pasta and some greens, like salad, some chard. Then dinner I'll have a massive pot of lentil soup. I love lentil soup with some veggies thrown in at the end, and some bread to dip. And snack during the day, I'll bake a full oat cookie as such, sweetened with non-sugar jam again, which is natural and vegan. And it's pretty much it. And I'll probably have another hot, light molasses soy or rice milk drink in the evening as well. That's pretty much my average day. I eat quite a bit. If you love eating food and you like having a lot of food, one of the best things you can ever do is making the switch to vegan and high starch instead of having high sugars, i.e. fruit and that sort of thing. You will feel a lot fuller. You'll feel like you've actually eaten quite a bit, because you have, but it's better for our intestines, because they're so long. They just want to cram a lot of fibrous carbs and push it all through, whereas fat slows it down, slugs it up, and sugar doesn't really make you that full. So anyway, this is my average shop, about $59 a week. You will not buy this amount if you weren't vegan. Blessed be.